and welcome to the Total Quality Management and Six Sigma class. Today is our class or our first class. I expected you already read the first two chapters given in the LMS. And I expect the participation from every one of you. Before I start the class, I'd like to introduce the study plan. Total quality management is a very general subject taught in every university, and that is before its importance in the industrial setting. We don't have a particular book, but I collected the most important subjects in total quality management from different books, and these are the contents we are going to study this semester. We have 14 weeks, 1 week for midterm and the other week for study. For a study for final exam. So in total, we have 12 topics, starting by the quality concept and quality gurus, ending with the quality management system, or ISO in other words. You will be evaluated based on this tutorial. I can observe your tutorial through two aspects. The first aspect is your participation during the class, and also your participation in the forum. Of course, forum don't have any marking scheme, but I will use it to figure out your level of understanding of the subjects given within the semester. You will be given a quiz, a very small quiz, midterm and the final exam. For your quiz in week 4, midterm week 8, 6 to 8, final exam will be announced by the examination unit. Assignments to be submitted before week 4, week 8, and week 11, because I want to key in the marks in the system before the final exam. So that's basically the plan of the study. If you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, we go and continue with our class. Okay. This is the first chapter. It's basically a primary introduction or a brief introduction about total quality management and the gurus who contributed to the science or to the knowledge of total quality management. As you saw in the first two classes, we will learn about the concept of the total quality management, and also gurus or scholars contributed to the total quality management. I expected both of you read these two chapters before coming today to the class. So in the first chapters, we have these objectives to achieve learning about the concept of the quality and total quality management, and how TQM improve the productivity. We will learn about the 5 pillars of total quality management and the contributors. A small introduction about the contributors or the gurus of the total quality management, and I will close this chapter by explaining the benefits by applying the TQM or the total quality management. What is quality? What is quality? Quality is a very broad concept, and it is logical. to not find a specific definition for the quality. Here in this slide, we have a story of distributing a questionnaire or online survey to managers of 86 firms in the Eastern U.S. territory in different sectors of the industrial setting. And these 86 managers, please give me your attention, managers, not staff, not experts, nor also customers, managers, define the quality concept in different ways. So differently define the quality concept. Some of them stated quality is the perfection. Some said the consistency. Some said eliminating waste. Some compliance with the policies and procedures, speed of delivery, doing it right the first time, delighting or satisfying customers, providing a good usable product, and others said total customer service and satisfaction. So, from the slide, we understand there is no specific definition of the word quality or the term quality. Everyone, from their background, will define the quality based on their experience. If we turn to customers side, also customers will provide different conceptualization of the term quality. Why? In the end of the day, why? Basically, quality is a subjective term. So everyone will define quality based on their background and experience, either to be managers, experts, staff, or customers. Scholars since the 30s of the last century defined the quality. So previously, on the previous slides, it is industrial perspective. Here is academic perspective. Crosby said the conformance to the requirement, demand meeting or exceeding customers' expectation. Some said the degree of excellence, fit for its purpose, a measure of excellence or state of being free of defects or deficiencies, measuring of fitness for use by Joran, cost for price, or a satisfying customer experience. So, scholars define this or provided these definitions as they believe industrial experts or practitioners in the industry believe on such term by these definitions. And some scholars like Parasurman defined the quality or the perception of quality in 1985 or 1984. And he said basically the quality is the discrepancy between customers' expectations and the actual performance of the product or service. Many scholars follow Parasurman definition as quality is or must be defined based on customers' perspective. Why customer's perspective? Customer's perspective, because in the end of the day, the one who will purchase the product or will use the service is the customer, not the manufacturer. What will be the value if a good, robust, high quality product, but customers don't appreciate? As a manufacturer, you must work on the perception of customers. You must understand how customers believe in your product. And this one of the key factors that drive Japanese manufacturers to overcome or to overpass the Western and American manufacturers. Why? Because Japanese are more focused with customers' perception, how customers think, how customers deal, how customers believe on our product, how customers expect our product or our next product, or in other words, our future product to be like. And this is why most of the Western and US market like Japanese products. This is why Toyota in general is the first company who produced the quality and implemented the quality in their practice and produced the quality or exported the quality to everywhere in the world. What is practice today is just an improvement what was invented by Toyota. This is why Toyota is leading the automotive market. Here you can see the definition of a parasurman, the discrepancy between customer expectation and product or service actual performance. So in general, quality is a subjective concept. Even you as a student, so you are in the position of consumers. And if you are requested to judge the quality of a certain product, both of you will deliver different verdict. Why? Because everyone has their own background, have their own experience, have their own level of understanding. So if we refer to Hofstede or the concept of personality dimension, people in general are divided in 5 personality dimensions, and these dimensions will affect people understanding, people judgment, people experience, and practice. Okay. What is quality again? Quality could be a judgment for a product or service. But when we judge the quality of product, absolutely, we will have different factors to build or to develop our decision about the quality of a product rather than deciding on the quality of service. So in products in general, people focus in the functionality of maybe these are, yes. I visa.
Hi, Dr. Ryan. I waited for you so long already. 10 minutes.
Because I was in the slideshow, I didn't focus. Okay, sorry, let's back to our class. So when we judge the product quality, we focus in the features or in some factors like the product maintainability, functionality, reliability, usability, maintainability, efficiency, and portability. Functionality refers to the way that products or a product performs. Reliability, how the product durable is. Usability, the user experience, whether is it user friendly or not. Best example for this is Android or Apple OS system. Maintainability, because when you purchase a product, you think about the maintainability. Many customers like to go for foreign products. Why? Because they worry about the maintainability. For example, the availability of the parts, or maybe also the price, the level of the understanding the local technicians with foreign in comparison to local products. So people will build sometimes or will choose a product based on this in the maintainability. And best example here is Dell. Dell laptops as a student. I give you example of Dell. Why? Because people in general believe on Dell Surface or customer service center. I think Dell is an iconic company in this regard. Instead of going to the service center of Dell, Dell will come to you, or Dell technicians will come to the doorstep of your home and take your device for 3 to 5 working days, then return it back to you. Efficiency. Efficiency, yes, because especially for heavy products, those products are expected to be for use for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, sometimes 10 years, like cars. So when I use a product, but that product will drain my budget, then what is the value of this product, even if the quality level is in higher respect? This is why, in general, people like to go for Japanese, Asian car brands rather than US or European car brands. Why? Because Asian car brands are more, or Asian cars in general, are more efficient in fuel consumption in comparison to European or US car brands. Portability, the attributes that affect the ability of the product to be transferred from one place to another. This is related to some stagnant products like refrigerator, TV, and etc. So in some brands, so moving of products is problematic. Some brands, no issue. In the surface aspect, we have also our experience with the surface, and we judge the surface features. But in general, surface is different from product. And the main variation between them is product is tangible. I can touch the product. I can touch the laptop, the mouse, the phone, the desk. But surface is untouchable. It is intangible in general. Another difference. In product, you purchase a product and you go home. So if the product made by Proton, for example, sometimes you purchase a Proton car without even meeting Proton salespeople or Proton sales point from any retailer. But in service sector, no. You have a direct communication with the service provider. And this example here, restaurants in general, there is a long debate about restaurants. Either they are surface or under the surface sector or under production sector, because restaurants serve people with food, right? And also they produce food. So they provide both. But the one who produces food, the cook or the chef, You don't have any communication with the chef, but you have a direct communication with the intern. Okay. Features of the service in general, the way of delivering the service, how they serve you as a customer, designing the service, how you apply for the service. Is it digital or manual? Just see how McDonald's are serving their customers. So you don't have to line up in front of the order board or in front of the order board or in front of the counter. No, just scan the QR from your table. And then the menu will come to you. You place your order, you finalize the payment, and the waiters will come to you. Okay. The service delivery and how the service is delivered to you. Okay. Another concept I need you to focus and don't overlap between quality and total quality management. Quality is a very broad, very general in different ways, as I just exposed to you in the beginning of the class. But total quality management is a managerial perspective, an organizational based perspective. It is the enhancement of the traditional way of doing business. So as said, this term can be broken in three terms: total quality management. Total, it is made for all. Any organization must be involved in the strategy or in the program of quality enhancement. Quality, what is quality? The degree of excellence for product or service. What kind of standards are you applying in your product or your service management? The way you are, or the art, the act, the way you are handling and directing the efforts to implement the total quality management. So basically, total quality management is an organization wide effort to install and make the permanent climate in which an organization continuously improves its ability to deliver high quality products and services to customers for the sake of obtaining customers' satisfaction. So in total quality, there are several concepts, but these are the most important concepts: quality management, quality control, and quality assurance. So quality management as well, how the organization is managing, handling the quality improvement efforts, how divisions are connected to the department, how the department is quality control, the techniques and analytical tools that an organization uses for checking and improving the quality. In every production, by the way, in every production line, there must be several quality check or quality control points. For example, in the beginning, in the mid, and in the end. Basically, if the operates in the social setting in general, not in chemical, medication, etc. No, social, like iron, automated industry, stationary, the like. So the quality control points will be three, or the quality inspection points in the production line would be three: in the beginning, to inspect the materials quality, because materials are elements of the process. In the middle, after melting, the casting, and etc., and in the end, when the product is in the final stage. Okay. If in the medication or in the health sector in general, more than 3, sometimes 5, sometimes 10. Why? Because the deviation in the health sector maybe will cause the death of the patients. So manufacturer must be careful. And we have witnessed some incidents, especially during the time of COVID, what AstraZeneca vaccination or vaccine did to some people. And also the United States announced about the side effect of Pfizer vaccine, if you remember. Quality assurance. Quality assurance is the approach in general, or the systematic way that the organization follow in order to ensure the quality. So it must be connected with the entire life cycle of the product from the beginning to the end. And it must be connected with the preventive quality maintenance. Why? In order to achieve your customer satisfaction. So in the end of the day, I need you to understand that quality is the main contributor to the productivity of any organization. Why? Because within the quality strategy or techniques, you will analyze the process, you will align the process with other companies, especially when you work following the concept of lean manufacturing. As nowadays, all of them are following the concept of lean manufacturing. What is the meaning of lean manufacturing? Lean manufacturing means that you reduce the inventory, or in some aspect, you eliminate the inventory. Then you connect your production line to your suppliers. Best example here is Dell. Dell are assembling the products. If you break out or open a laptop of Dell, you will see the processor comes from Intel, yes, or AMD. The graphic cards come from RTX or Intel or anywhere. The storage from Kingston or from SanDisk or etc. So they'll just basically assemble these final products of other companies in order to provide you with the laptop. So here in Dell, they have their own practice, but what is interesting here is once you apply for customers who purchase from Dell.com, once you apply or select a product from Dell.com and you customize your product, for example, the RTX or the graphic card is Intel graphic card, and you requested Dell to make it RTX from NVIDIA with the power of 4070, for example. Then the price should be increased, and they will produce it for you in less than 5 working days. So what is interesting here, after you finalize the payment in less than 30 minutes, 30, all parts of your laptop will be in the assembly line. And this is very fast, especially when you have a very least inventory, or maybe you don't have inventory, and you have a strong connection with your partners or in the value chain. So they will supply your production line in less than 1 hour. The product will be ready for. So Dell here eliminated in general the cost of inventory. 25% of the total cost of the product already eliminated. So they can monetize these 25% in order to increase their profit margin. Then in the end of the day, they will sell the laptop in the same class with other companies with competitive price, but the margin of the product of the profit of Dell is more than the size of the product, the size of the profit of other companies. Developing performance measures. This is a very long history here because in general, organizations must update their measures. Why? Because you are not alone in the market. What is good today, it might not be good tomorrow. What is cutting edge today, it might be outdated tomorrow. So people go for benchmarking, go for ISO or quality management system or ISO 9000, ISO 9001. And why? In order to enhance the quality level, building the quality test process. This is within the manufacturing, as I told you earlier. I like to be in 3 steps or 5 in some organization, more than 5. It depends on what organization the quality standards are implemented. Use business strategies to improve productivity and quality management. In general, improving or applying the total quality management must have the organizational or the supportive organizational culture. Implementing these standards must be that of people or workers practice within the organization. Being attention with the feedback. Feedback either to be from the internal customers or external customers. Internal customers, those who are working with the organization, and external customers are the final customer or the one who makes the purchase decision. So any organization must listen. Those in the production line or in the shipment line or in the sales point line will provide you with the value, with the significant key points. These key points will help you to improve your performance and dominate the market. Otherwise, others will dominate. The 5 pillars of the total quality management. In order to implement the total quality management, any organization must focus in these 5 pillars. First, commitment. All organizations must be committed to the total quality management and the quality strategies imposed or adapted by the top management. And the best way to expose the commitment is top management must expose the commitment. Why? Because your people in your organization in general will just imitate. If you are very careful regarding the quality standards and the quality as a culture, then your employee will follow you. Your employees will follow you. But if you are careless, you just gather people and deliver a speech, and at the end of the day, you sleep until 11 or 10 a.m. and you leave your workplace earlier, for example, 12 or 1 p.m., then who will listen to you? Who will imitate you? Absolutely, others will imitate, but will not listen to you. If you come late, people will come late. If you go early, people will go early. But as a leader, as a manager, if you are adapting the quality standards, and every day you speak about the quality standards and you implement it in your work setting, then others, your subordinates, absolutely will follow. Culture. Japanese in general, or Japanese school in general, issue. They create UK and etc. Why? in order to increase the workplace environment. If the organization has supportive culture, no resistance, all are in the same position or have the same heart, the same destination, the same orientation, the same intention, then absolutely the organization will be in like one character. But if you have many issues connected with the organizational conflict, many issues connected with the organizational, many issues are related to employee satisfaction, and you don't care about these issues, absolutely the organizational culture will not be supportive for your total quality management efforts. Continuous improvement is about activity for improvement. Why? Because you are in a dynamic industrial environment. So if you are leading or today, so you must maintain your situations. Why? Because your competitors are tirelessly working day and night in order to catch you up or maybe to overtake you. So what is cutting edge today? It might be outdated tomorrow. You must improve your standards. You must improve the way you are behaving in your organization. You must improve also your strategies, your policies, your operations. Improving the operations can be by integrating or maybe merging or dividing one operation into two operations. It depends on the work setting. Customer focus. You must focus with the customers. You must listen to them because customers are the main capital for you. If you have a big market share, a big data of loyal customers, absolutely you will be dominating the market. But if your customers are disappointed with you, absolutely you will not lead the market. Control the way you are controlling the process, monitoring, inspecting, checking, and eliminating the waste or the deviation. Okay, these are the who contributed to the knowledge of total quality management. Schwartz, we will learn about Schwartz in detail in a while. Joran, Takashi and Shingo, both of them from Toyota. Also Deming and American or US scholar. Also, we have Ishikawa, Takoshi from Japan as well, Kruspe, businessman from US. So in general, the benefits of employing total quality management are a lot. But I tried to list here the most important ones of them. First, providing and detecting non-conformities. So it helps the organization to revise their production line outputs. Implementing means to prevent reoccurrence. We will study in the coming weeks about quality control tools, Toyota and Mitsubishi. Both control the quality. Level more productive. The waste will diminish we cannot see the image because eliminating the variation with zero variation is a kind of miracle. Cannot. Even with implementing technologies. Nowadays, companies, despite they are implementing technologies in their production line, like communication companies and other manufacturers, but they still having a segment of waste. So controllability in the quality aspect cannot be achieved by 100%, but variation can be reduced. Improving the competitive position and winning business. Yes, because when you offer customers in the market with high quality products, absolutely customers will speak on your behalf to their relatives, to the social system, narrating their experience with the product, and absolutely this will affect your market share in the market. And we have seen many companies started with a humble startup, then leaded them. The best example here is Apple, also Huawei, Xiaomi, Samsung as well. If you refer to the history of Samsung and how they were practicing in the past. By the way, Samsung fell the market of mobile, but won the market of smartphone. So they learned from their experience. While Nokia dominated the market of the mobile phone, Samsung dominated the market of smartphone. Increase the ability to compete in the global market. Yes, when you add it to the quality management system or ISO, so and you will understand the quality standards of the host market or the foreign market, then it will be easy for you to align your quality level with the foreign market that you opened or you are starting your business with. Reduce the cost by reducing the increase customer satisfaction and loyalty. Of course, if the product is durable, reliable, efficient, then what? And in the past, I remember 20 or 30 years ago, and we see Japanese product. Wow, Japanese from Japan. Yeah. And the word Japan. Okay, Japan is connected to the quality as a prototype and customers' mentality. Even when Japanese companies like Sony and the like, they assemble in China, but when they say produce in Japan, customers recognize what is meant by produce in Japan, even if the product is very expensive. I remember 15 years ago in 2010, 2011, Sony was selling that time that laptop value and cost that time 4,000 plus. When we compare it to the other laptop brands, it is almost double price. And I remember they offered value with 15,000 at that time. Why they self-manufactured in Japan? And some people, why? Because they believe, like say Japan, not Toyota, not Sony, not Mitsubishi or other companies, as a country became a brand of quality, being accepted and approved by suppliers. Of course, because manufacturers in general try to, or are keen, not try, keen to go for good suppliers. So supply their business with high quality materials. Why? In order to reduce the waste of their manufacturing process, improving the personnel. Of course, if you just fire someone here Where do you work? I work with Sony. I work with Google. I work with Yahoo, well, and etc. But if you find someone who's working in a very humble brand, then they will be trying to hide themselves. Why? Because they don't feel the pride of the workmanship. They don't believe in their brand. I remember with some brand, I don't want to mention the name of the brand, but it's a communication or smartphone company. I remember I went one time to one a Chinese uh, smartphone manufacturer brand, and they were selling several smartphones, and I was astonished with the exposure I saw that time. You are selling to me this brand, but your personal phone is Apple. Why you are not using the phone of your brand? And this pushed my curiosity to check other companies. And when I access to Samsung, I saw Samsung sells people are using Samsung smartphones, not Apple, not Xiaomi, not Huawei. And this drives my curiosity to ask that salespeople, the salesperson, why you aren't using the smartphone? How you are going to convince me to purchase your product while you are not using this product? Then they just smile. So feeling the pride of workmanship is a very important consideration in total quality management. And the last, total quality management increases the company market share. Why? Because of the spread of word of mouth. Customers will speak on your behalf. Look at this. How much cost the fact? Well, 10. So I give you 5 minutes of break, then we go to the second half of our class.
Thank you, Dr. Brian.
You're welcome, Lisa. So can you see the slides? Lisa, can you see the slides? When I move the slides?
Just now can, but now there's no slide, right?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. The second half of the class, uh, I will focus in the contribution of the some of the quality groups which are Schwartz, Deming, Duran, Feigenbaum, Ishikawa, Takoshi, Shingo, Kurushbi, and Molnar. So the class today is more to theory. Uh, I expected both of you already read about these scholars. Schwartz is the most or the eldest one. Passed away 1967. This scholar is an American scholar, introduced many concepts to the total quality management, like quality control charts, like SPAR and R chart. Also define the quality in terms of objective quality and subjective quality. What is the meaning of objective quality? Objective quality deals or donates with the customers understanding of the quality standards or the quality aspects. But subjective quality, how organization or technicians in the organization understand the quality standards or the quality aspects. The second one is Deming. Deming is a major contributor to the total quality management. The main contributions are Deming 14 points, Deming 7 deadly diseases, and Deming system of profound knowledge or SBK. Okay, Deming 14 points for quality management. He or 14 advice, we can say advice. He provided a 14 advice to the industrial setting in order to improve or when implementing the total quality management. For example, he said, create a constancy of purpose to improvement of product or service. You must have a reason or a continuous reason for improvement. It is very logical. When you figure out some variation, then you try to eliminate the underlying reasons in order to eliminate the waste. Then what is next? You must work. You must find out the area of improvement. Don't be just responsive. What defections I found, then I try to create a remedy for that. No, you must be responsive, proactive, not reactive, proactive. You must improve your standards. You must try to find area for improvement in your work setting in order to dominate the industrial market in your either domestic market or in the international market. Adopt the new philosophy. You must believe in the change. When you recognize how we are lagging, this is the first step. So at this position, you admit and you are ready for improvement. Cease dependence on inspection to achieve the quality. Those who inspect the quality either in the front line or as a team of quality control, they must be autonomous, not under any authority. Whatever they said must be adapted by the organization. In the practice for awarding business on the basis of price, money is in the last. I know customers, suppliers, all are looking for money, but money is not everything. You must create a cultural environment that supports your organization, improve the consistency of and forever. Okay. Make total quality management as a cultural aspect. So employees by themselves, they do it by themselves. You don't have to instruct. You don't have to ask them to do. You don't have to inspect them. When you create a constantly forever, so it means that total quality practice becomes a kind of cultural, a kind of values of the organization. People by themselves do it. Instead training in the job. Yes, training is one of the most important um, aspects in the organization in order to improve the expertise and the core expertise of the organization. But in the other hand, training is very expensive and costly in general. Nowadays, we have instructor-led training and online training given by artificial intelligence and some of sites like LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, and etc. So these kind of trainings are not cheap. Also, instructor-led training also not cheap. The latest statistic in the the market of the training cost over 30 billion US dollar. So 30 billion US dollar is not easy amount. But when you instruct seniors to train juniors, so juniors will earn the experience for free. But if you send juniors to trainers to be trained, then the cost of the production will increase. Institute leadership, there must be leadership, either in the managerial aspect or in the technical aspects. Drive out the fear. Give your workers space of creativity. Allow for participation. Every point or valued by the organization. Just ask them to follow you. When they follow you, it means that one brain will be working in the organization. But when you ask to invent, to create, to participate, so many brains will participate in your innovation and absolutely will find new ways or new rooms for improvement. Break down barriers between departments. There must be. Nowadays, by the way, office or tables, they just create workstation and go there and sit everywhere. Why? In order to enhance the communication between the workers. Eliminate slogans, exhortations, and targets. Yes, you must be qualitative. You must understand the capabilities of your organization and what can they do for you. You cannot just overlook these things and ask them to do. When you ask them to do, they will not do anything. They will say, okay, but at the end of the day, the work will be massive. And eliminate work standards on the factory floor. Because some people are very smart. They don't perform or they don't work as expected, but they are smart in achieving standards. While other workers, they are working tirelessly to support your organization. So you must be fair on this. Remove barriers that rob workers of their right of proudship. That your workers must feel proud of belonging to your organization in order to guarantee their participation and their best performance. Institute strong program for continuing education for self-improvement, especially nowadays, most of our organizations are offering access to LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, online training. Why? In order to enhance the expertise of their workforce, take action to accomplish the transformation. And this must be done by the top management. Top management must agree in the transformation from the current situation to one. Deming also provided the 7 deadly diseases that harm the practice of total quality management. For example, lack of consistency of purpose to plan product service improvement. So if you best product in the market, you must keep the best product in the market. You must find the way for improving the capabilities of a product. Otherwise, the competing products or the competitors will defeat you in the market. Emphasize on short-term profits. Yes, many organizations emphasize on some short-term profit, and this will harm them. So if they work in research development or research and development, and they call it R&D, then they will sustain. They will work for the long run. A performance evaluation, there must be evaluation or job appraisal for workers in order to figure out how workers are performing. And then you can connect this with the compensation system, and then absolutely you will support the job satisfaction in your workplace. Mobility of management in job open. So, or in the other words, they call it job rotation. In general, people in the workplace like to be promoted, not to be shifted from one department to another. I know this will benefit the organization, but organization must think about the professional path of the employees, because really major concern for every employee. Management by use only visible figures, why later or no consideration of figures that are unknowable. So in general, you must create a rapport, a strong rapport between you and your subordinates in order to understand the situation and to be fair with everyone. It's medical costs. The insurance nowadays are covered. Nowadays, all are covered by insurance because in the past, the health condition of the worker is the responsibility for the organization, especially for some organizations, something like mining or oil mining. These kind of manufacturers have a very worst environment, especially for engineers. And by the after another, some of your stuff will have some health consequences, and you have to spend a lot of money in order to maintain your stuff in the healthy situation. So nowadays, in general, companies relying on the insurance companies, excess cost of liabilities, warranties. Warranties in general increase the cost. In general, increases the cost of the product, but it depends on the organization. If you are a senior manufacturer in the market or a leader like Apple, Dell, and other manufacturers, then you don't have to go for liabilities. Just provide a standardized liability, 1 year warranty. But if the company is a new startup or a new manufacturer and people don't trust the durability of the product, then you can go for 2 years, 3 years warranties or liabilities. Okay, the system profound knowledge. He focused in, or Deming focused in 4 issues: the appreciation of the system, knowledge about the variation, theory of knowledge, and the psychology. Appreciation of the system, he talk about the system and said the system is a set of functions or activities connected with each other in order to deliver a final product or service. To system must organizational objectives and strategies in order to be able to achieve the organizational mission and vision. Look at this by the block manager's job is to optimize the system. So the message must be aligned within our workplace is just wasting money. Look at this in this slide. This is the organization, and these are the factors or the entities that the organization connects with them. Some of them macro, some of them. So in general, the organization must be smart and must those parties in the industrial setting. Knowledge about the variation. So variation is a must and must occur in every work setting. But you must understand what kind of standards to be implemented in your work setting in order to enhance and lead the quality concept in your variation in general can be attributed to special common causes. Special causes made by the operators. It is sometimes comes due to the outdated machines, the temperature, the macro factors like the economic, the temperature, the environmental disasters, and etc. So common causes in general will not affect the production process like a special causes. Proportion of variation. Proportion of variation, scholars, some said 18 to 19, some said, sorry, some said 18, some said 19. What is the concept here? If 18 to 20 means that 20% of the problems are driving the other 80%. And Joral said this. Other scholars said 19 to 10. What is meant here? So if you eliminate this 10 or 20, the other 80 or 90 will be disappearing. The theory of knowledge, in general, all scholars or contributors or gross of total quality admitted the importance of the theory and knowledge that comes from the academic sector. If you work alone based on relying on your experience, it means that you will be lagging because the research and development leads the industrial setting. If there is no research, there is no significant improvement. Psychology, management in general has a long story with the psychology. In the past, scholars focused in the production. But after 1945, scholars started focusing in the workforce and the people, because part of the success of the organization comes from workers. So in general, in every organization, communication could be vertical, horizontal, or hybrid. That so managers must understand in general many concepts. First, not all characters are the same. Not all characters have the same requirement, the same demands, the same mentalities, and they must work based on this. Otherwise, many discrepancies, many issues will rise in the organization. Um, let me see. Houston, huh? I wanna reshare the slide again. Yeah. Joran. Joran, also a Romanian American scholar, provided some contributions to the total quality management, starting by defining the quality as a product performance that result customer satisfaction, freedom from product deficiencies, so tip-top performance and no defections. In other words, the fitness of use. So Anil said quality definition can be broken in these four elements: quality of design, quality of conformance, availability, and field of service. So quality of design concentrate on the market research, conformance, customers, and technology. Availability be connected to the quality trilogy, which are quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. Planning the process of preparing and meeting quality goals, control the process of monitoring and controlling the quality standards, improvement the process of improving the quality aspect of the organization. So quality planning begins with the identifying the market share or the market segment, and then defining the demands or needs. Then based on this, the product features or potential features will be listed. So there is no a specific approach, or every organization has their own approach, as we can see here. Uh, this is related to Xerox. Other organizations will have, for example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 15. In some organization, 20 or less than that. Okay, quality control, the standards that you use when you monitor the quality, what kind of measures? In general, in the workplace, manufacturers are using the Six Sigma standards. I will explain about these issues in the coming classes. Quality improvement. So improvement, there must be, it cannot be implemented or cannot be obtained haphazardly. So the organization must find out the area or the region of improvement, what kind of or which area of improvement can be touched for these 6 months or for the coming year. Then what kind of projects we have. If we have some discrepancies, what kind of causes is it are the causes are common or special causes? Then what kind of remedies could be Feigenbaum is an American scholar. Contribute to total quality management through three concepts: the quality leadership, the modern quality technology, and the organizational common. Okay, quality leadership. In general, he insists on the continuous improvement, like Kruspe and Ishikawa. There must be a continuous improvement. Why? In order to be leading others in the market. He talked about the technology and he said the traditional methods of implementing quality or total quality management cannot eradicate the discrepancies with 80 or 90%. So you must integrate new methods, technologies in your quality control operations, or activities in order to enhance the capabilities of the organization in monitoring the quality system. Ishikawa, it is the main contributor in total quality management or to total quality management. He contributed to the quality circle, plan, do, act, and study. Also introduced the seven quality control charts. I'll show you. These are the seven. But before I go there, let me just clarify here to consider the true quality and the substitute quality. He introduced true quality are the characteristics like Dimick talk about subjective and objective. Ishikawa said about true and substitute. True quality, the quality from the perspective of the customers. Substitute quality, the quality from the perspective of the manufacturers or the manufacturer technicians. Okay. Ishikawa in general said quality improvement cannot be done haphazardly. In general, quality must be planned, and you must understand the quality characteristics. What kind of standards you are going to implement? Then, what are the substitutes of the quality characteristics? If, for example, if this approach failed, what kind of approach that you are going to implement? He also contributed with 7 quality control tools. So you cannot use only one method. You see 7 methods. Cause and effect diagram, stratification diagram, checklist, histogram, scatter diagram, Pareto chart, and graphs and statistical control. I will show you here. This is the fishbone, or they call it Ishikawa diagram. Stratification, checklist, histogram, scatter diagram, Pareto chart, a control chart. So in general, I will explain about these charts after 2 weeks. Yeah. They said the quality begins and ends with education. So the theoretical or academic aspect is a very important consideration in quality management. Otherwise, it will be just best practice, and what is cutting edge today, it is outdated tomorrow. Taguchi is an engineer, and he talked about the variation or the noise. He talked about the external noise and the deterioration and unit-to-unit noise. What is the meaning of noise? Yeah, the variation or the waste. External variation or external noise that comes from the variable of temperature. As we can see, common and special. So external noise or common noise comes from the humidity, the dust, the temperature, in general macro factors. Those factors we cannot control. Deterioration noise occurs when the facilities are not prepared, but in general. Unit-to-unit noise when the product moves in the production line. He talked about the loss function. The loss function is the waste in general. And bigger or larger noise, more loss function. Also, he suggested the curve or the quadratic curve of quality in order to adjust the upper control and lower control of noise. Let me show you this one. This one. So the normal situation of the product here. So when the product spots here or here or here, or the quality level of the product spots here or here, it means the product varies from the optimal situation or as what was planned to be. And the more loss, the more noise the organization will have. So, but when we exceed here, the upper limit or the lower limit, it means that we are going to the loss function or the quality level of the production line is out of the control. And in this situation, the production line must be suspended until the situation to be in control. Shingo is an engineer in Toyota, and he led the Toyota production system for a couple of years. He produced some concept in the total quality management like Mistake Profen, Bokayuki, and single matrix sync of die, SMED or Judica. Judica, it means, Jiduka. Jiduka means the automation by English. Jiduka by Japanese. He talked about zero defection, and he said we cannot achieve zero defection, but we can limit the waste in general. Shingo provides some fundamentals regarding the zero defection in quality control, and he said if you wanna reduce the variation, use a source of inspection. And when the source of inspection or your standards are providing you with zero report, it means that your current standards need to be upgraded. He insisted in inspecting all items produced by the production line. Don't go for sampling. So every produced unit must be inspected. It is costly, but it must be. Minimize the time to carry out corrective action. I said, yes, when you find out a problem in your production line, the recovery time must be very least. Otherwise, you will be having a lot of liabilities or you will lose your customers in the market. Set up Bokayuki. Bokayuki means the automated mistake profile. So he suggested this in the 1930s. That time there was no technology, no computerizing. You must create a dynamic process in order to, or a dynamic technique that helps you to find out the defected parts. Because if you rely on human cannot function well in these issues. They might sell for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 50 minutes, but after that, they will be dummy. Then a lot of defected units will be sold in the market, which absolutely will drive the organization down. Crosby. Crosby is an American businessman, contributed to the quality management by 3 concepts: the quality management maturity grid, zero defects, and quality management. Okay, in quality maturity grid, you don't need to memorize everything, but to know, this is the grid. So quality audits in general use this grid to evaluate the organization current status and then provide some advice to the top management in order to improve the quality practice in the organization. You see, it is related to management, understanding, attitude, quality, organizational status, problem handling, cost of the quality sales, quality improvement action, and summation of the company quality posture. He talked about zero defect and he said do it right first time, but in the end of the day, he admitted we cannot achieve ZD or zero defect, but we can minimize the defections. Also introduced the four absolute quality management. He said quality is defined the conformance to the requirements. And he said also the system because the quality prevention, not appraisal. This is very important. So you must be proactive. Don't just go after your workers. If you work as an appraisal one, you just evaluate, you are just pointing people, absolutely you will drag the job satisfaction down and people will be leaving the organization because people in the end of the day comes for you the value you offer in the organization. They don't care about your mission and vision. They care about the value, how they are going to be treated and what kind of benefits they are going to get from your organization. They don't care about your organizational objectives and what you are going to do in the market. This is your top management level concept. People concerned about the value, what can they get? And you should not expect anyone in your organization to think about this, about your organizational objectives. You want to have a collaboration with someone or you have achieved. No. Think about the value, what kind of value you are providing your workers. The greater value you offer, the greater performance you receive. It's a very basic formula. The performance standard must be zero defect, but it is impossible. But we can get closer. The measurement of the quality is the price of the non-conformance, not indices. Yes, here, when you try to implement standards, it means that you are getting the situation deteriorating in your organization. And this is the price of not adhering to the quality standards. If you implement carefully the quality standards in the input of your operations, absolutely the output will be as expected. And I said, make it clear that the management is committed to the quality. As I told you in the beginning, top management commitment is a must. Otherwise, people will imitate. If you are committed, people will be committed. If you are, as a top management, not committed, then people will not be committed. For quality improvement teams, there must be a team or a community in the organization. And this team must be autonomous. Don't have any power from the top. No, they must be autonomous. Measure the process to determine where the current and potential quality problems lie. Use these standards like quality control, Six Sigma, in order to figure out whether you have variations or not. And if you have variation, you use the fishbone or other techniques to figure out the underlying reason of the problem. Because if you want to eliminate the problem, eliminate the reason. Then the problem disappears. Evaluate the cost of quality. Yeah, if you work or overwork in the quality, absolutely the cost will increase. And if the cost increased, then the price of your product will increase, which will reduce the profit margin of your company. Then how are you going to achieve competitive advantage? Come on. Arise the quality awareness. It must be like cultural values in any organization in order to reduce the cost. Take actions to correct problems identified through previous steps. And the action or the remedial action must be fast. Establish the process of monitoring. There must be an appraisal. Train supervisors, not employees. Why? In order to reduce the cost. Because when you train the supervisor will train their subordinates. Hold the zero defect day. Make it like a logo, like a logo, sorry, like a logo in your department or your organization. Then people will adapt. Day to day, people will adapt. Encourage individuals to establish improvement goals. Everyone must be careful or must care about their professional path. Encourage employees to communicate to management. So the vertical and horizontal communication of the organization is a very important consideration, and people must speak, and top management must listen, recognize and appreciate those who participate. Yeah, in order to motivate others to get involved with your strategy, establish the quality council. The team must be established and must be autonomous. All gurus are insisting on this and do it all over again. It means that you must have a constancy of purpose for quality improvement. This is the last gurus or scholar, Klaus Amullah. He's a Danish, and he's the only one who is still alive. All of them already passed away, except Mullah still with us and contributing or still contributing to the total quality management knowledge. He talked about the personal quality. He's the first one who talked about the social or personal quality and introduced the 17 hallmarks of quality for organizations. So basically, this scholar provide two advices, one to employees and the other advice to companies. Okay, let's see what he advised employees to do. As I said, personal quality goals. So you must, as an employee, set your goals for quality, how you are going to improve yourself. Don't waste your time fingering points to others or to the organization. They are not doing, they are not providing. No, you have to look at the mirror and see yourself. Establish your own personal quality account. Check how satisfies others to you in order to recognize your contribution to the organization. Consider the next link, the customer, and must deal with them as a valued customers. Avoid errors. Perform tasks efficiently. If you are a long run worker, so it means that once they assign you the task, you will have your time and people cannot wait. So you must improve the way you are doing work, utilizing the resources well in order to reduce the waste. Be committed to the values, to the standards, to the mission and the vision of the organization, and learn how to finish what you started. Don't just develop your quality strategy or quality goals, then you forgot in the next day. Learn to finish it. You must finish what you have started. Be ethical and vigilant when serving your organization, and you must search for the quality. Okay, for companies, he advised companies to focus in the continuous development of the quality, also induce them to encourage the participation, advise them to focus with the customers' satisfaction, because if you don't care about, as a company, customer satisfaction and perceptions of the customers, then what is the value of your quality standards? Quality standards must attract customers' expectations and satisfaction. Be committed to the employees. Don't promise and in the next day you forgot. And employees must see your commitment in their job promotion and their liabilities and their rights. You must be indignant. You must be fair with the employees. Okay, long-term quality development. You must, in other words, rely on research and development. Clearly define the quality goals. Usually, because many companies just imitate. You must have your quality agenda. What are you going to achieve? Quality performance reward. Those who are participating must be rewarded. Quality control positively because in general, uh, some figures in many organizations, those who work with the quality issues, they feel that quality is a kind of follow-up. They are going to punish everyone, and this is absolutely wrong. You must make everyone believe in quality and make quality standards like organizational values. Then, if everyone admitted the values, no need to go after everyone and check the quality of the work. Next person in the work is a work customer or a valued customer, not only in the organization, but also with the value chain or the partners in your supply chain. Invest in the training and development or the personal training. Everyone in the organization must be trained. Why? In order to enhance the expertise of your organization, or in other words, they call it the core expertise. No need to go for someone and to hire others. This will increase the cost of your operations and consequently will increase the cost of your products. Go, and he said also, go with the preventive maintenance. Don't be reactive, you must be proactive and appropriate decision level. So you must divide the authorities and capabilities based on the responsibilities in your organization. He also advised the directorate to the end users. So be close to customers, also emphasize on the technical and human quality. It means that you must focus on both, not only the technical issues, the standards, the quality control tools, the Six Sigma. No, also you must enhance the quality of human by providing them with the necessary training that serve their expertise in their work level. Um, Also advised companies to focus on customer needs, must analyze the data given by the information system or obtained from anywhere in the market. And he said, organization must feel the responsibility to the society. Nowadays, in general, they say green practice in manufacturing or green practice in marketing. These are basically the Muller advice to organizations to implement the quality management system or the total quality management in the organization. If you have any question, please ask.
No, sir, understood.
No question. I expect you to ask. Okay, thank you for your attendance.